Welcome viewers to My Startup TV. I am your host Aishwarya. Nasscom AP and Telangana in association with My Startup TV brings you this special show that showcases inspiring stories, news and views. The show will be broadcasted on the 1st and 15th of every month. This episode is on blockchain technology. Top headlines for today are: India's global capacity centers revenue to double by 2025 according to a report. Nasscom will bridge tech gaps by connecting US universities with Indian startups. CENT receives 4 awards from Nasscom. Before I proceed with today's news, I request our viewers to take necessary precautions as the battle against COVID-19 is not over yet. Always wear a mask, wash your hands frequently, step out if needed and maintain social distancing. Remember, this is the time we fight the virus together. Now the news in detail are: according to a recent report by Deloitte and Nasscom, India's global capacity centers revenue can scale up to $60 to $85 billion by the year 2025 from $33.8 billion in 2019 to 20. GCCs are the technology and shared services arms of MNCs in India. The National Association of Software and Service Companies is planning to select US universities to work with Indian startups and help bridge the gap in technology research. According to Nasscom, India's top 5 IT companies, TCS, Infosys, Wipro, HCL Technologies and Tech Mahindra, are planning to add more than 96,000 employees. The IT industry continues to be the net hirer of skilled talent, adding 138,000 people in the financial year 2021 and with robust hiring plans for the year 2022. Hyderabad-based CENT has won 4 awards at the inaugural edition of the Nasscom Engineering and Innovation Excellence Awards 2021. CENT is a global engineering and technology solutions company. The IT company received 4 awards under the categories Social Impact Solution of the Year, Engineered in India Product of the Year and Service Delivery Excellence of the Year. Tata Elxsi has won the Nasscom Engineering and Innovation Excellence Awards for the year 2021 for engineering service providers in all product categories. Tata Elxsi is a global design and technology company. That's all for today. Thanks for watching.
Next on our show, we have a founder talk with the founder of ThynkBlynk.
Welcome viewers for the first episode of Tech Next Show. Nasscom, Andhra Pradesh and Telangana in association with My Startup TV brings you this special show that showcases inspiring stories, news and views. The show will be broadcasted on the 1st and 15th of every month. You can catch the program on Nasscom Hyderabad YouTube channel. You can also watch the program live on My Startup TV channel, Android app and across social media. Or you can simply log on to mystartuptv.in. This evening my guest is Prag Jain, co-founder and CEO of ThynkBlynk, a blockchain company that has created Chain Trail, a data interchange powered by blockchain. Welcome Prag, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. ThynkBlynk. What's in the name? Why ThynkBlynk?
Well, that's a good question. We were, what we started out to do with trying to move data, and the idea was that today there is a lot of inefficiency in how data is interchanged, and we literally wanted to create a name where you think of creating value by exchanging data, and it should get done with the blink of an eye. Not requiring paper to move, not requiring dependency on third party, first party, and hence ThynkBlynk. Everything has to get done as you think it and as you blink an eye.
Okay, great. So that explains why the name. Now you also have something called the Chain Trail. In a layman's understanding, how would you explain what it is? What's Chain Trail, and what's the ecosystem it's working in?
A lot of business that we do today, or any formal interactions that we do as individuals with banks, or companies with companies, or companies with their customers, exchange of value is always attached with, or exchange of value is effectively always determined to be when money or funds move, right? But actually, that is just the culmination of the real exchange of value. The real exchange of value is always information, right, and data. Opening a bank account is the end result, and then you put money in it. But the real exchange of value in opening a bank account is the KYC that happens. So as ThynkBlynk, when we started off, we really knew, or we believed that there is the gap that we are going to address, or the problem statement was this interparty trust gap, where the value that is exchanged in form of data and information is not seamless, right? So that's when we decided to create Chain Trail, effectively to be this private, secure data interchange, non-social, fully compliant with data residency, data privacy laws across the globe. For this exchange to happen, it's about creating a full trail of information right from source up to consumers, with full consent of data owners in between, be it companies or individuals. And we bolted it on top of blockchain. Essentially, that's what Chain Trail is. It effectively is a blockchain part data interchange, which creates a full trail of exchange of information that complies with jurisdiction, hence Chain Trail.
When it comes to blockchain, it is still, for many, still it is an enigma, and a lot of time people get confused between or interchange between blockchain and cryptocurrency, and there is all this insecurities around it, though it's supposed to be leading to security. How do when you reach up to your clients, how is it difficult to explain to them, especially when you're onboarding new clients?
Oh yeah, great question. It is extremely difficult when someone starts off by asking us the question, yeah, we want to invest in Bitcoin. What do you have to say about it? Then because we have our knowledge about crypto is probably as much as that person who's asking the question. Blockchain in its format, and it manifested itself at the time when cryptocurrency was created to be unfederated. There is blockchain which exists and it is running cryptocurrency, but there is the whole other track where it is just blockchain which is being used as a technology platform in various formats, public, private, consortium, to create effectively these kind of use cases, which pretty much all involve trust creation and exchange of database value at a very fast pace, in a very reliable format. And that is really where our play is also, right? So we do try to explain to people that this has nothing to do with crypto. I would want to make a point here for your viewers is that 9 out of 10 of our conversations, let us say in beginning of 2017, were about, hey, can you tell us about crypto and how can I invest? Now the conversations do start with, hey, this is our problem and tell us how you will apply blockchain to it. So that maturity curve has been extremely steep, even in our client base or the adopting market. So that at least is good news.
We keep hearing of all the data breaches that happens. It doesn't matter what brand name you're talking about. Data breaches happening. Is that also helping people gravitate towards blockchain as a technology?
Again, great question. So it should ideally want enterprises and governments to gravitate towards blockchain. I think that realization, so that is still a 4 in 10 conversation. 4 in 10 understand that potentially using a distributed ledger type technology, let's say blockchain, can make it happen. And so what that does is now you can actually do global distribution transaction with that data, but actually keep the data in a very, very secure format. You don't have to let go of the data in the outer or in the public space. Right. So, and that's the advantage we have with Chain Trail.
I would like to know your opinion about the Tech Next show that Nasscom and My Startup TV together are bringing in to showcase companies like yours.
Look, these are fantastic ideas, right? If you speak to many startup founders like us, right? We are people with great ideas. Each of us believes that we can create I mean, somehow success in startup is always measured with value and valuation, right? So each of us wants to create a unicorn. Each of us believes very strongly that we are literally on the cusp of delivering value that will create valuation upwards of $10 billion for each of our companies. The challenge is, how do we get heard, right? We don't have access to capital to be able to advertise. We don't have access to capital many times or revenue that even can help us grow our companies in the most fundamental ways. So these kind of initiatives, I'm hoping that more and more people watch this, not because we want, of course, we want people to know about us and reach out to us and do business with us. But just within the startup community, for people to know that there are lots of us who are kind of struggling for the airspace, who are trying to make change in a way that big enterprise or large tech companies are never going to be able to make. And to be able to be part of that ecosystem, right? And then we heard our story being heard by a large audience, and a very relevant audience at that, right? I mean, one is to put something on YouTube and someone might watch it and like it. But the point of being heard, being given the space, and then the message being taken to exactly the people that we want our message to go to. I think that's what this is all about. It's fantastic. Thanks for inviting us.
Thank you, Parag. Thanks for joining us.
Now on our Tech Next show, we have a report on cryptocurrency and blockchain.
Cryptocurrency and blockchain, a sustainable solution or a climate calamity. Welcome viewers to My Startup TV. I am your host Aishwarya. I'm here with another episode of What's the Trend. As per reports of chain analysis, Bitcoin consumes 121.4 terawatt hours of power per year. Another study by Square suggests that renewable energy sources like solar and wind are being used in cryptocurrency mining. According to a study by Harvard University, the continued use of fossil fuels for cryptocurrency mining will lead to an increase in carbon emissions. Going by all these reports, we cannot claim that cryptocurrency mining is damaging the planet to a great extent, but the negative aspects cannot be ignored. Despite these issues, United Nations experts believe that cryptocurrency and the technology that powers it can play a key role in sustainable development. The United Nations said that the most useful aspect of cryptocurrencies is their transparency. Blockchain technology has the power to resist fraud, and it can also provide a trusted and transparent record of transactions. The World Food Programme, the largest United Nations agency delivering humanitarian cash, has found that blockchain can help the cash reach people who need it the most. There are several projects where the potential of blockchain technology has been tested by the United Nations and other organizations. Minang Acharya, one of the authors of a recent United Nations Environment Programme Foresight brief on the application of blockchain, said that the United Nations should continue experimenting in the blockchain space. In April 2021, three important organizations, the Energy Web Foundation, Rocky Mountain Institute, and the Alliance for Innovative Regulations, formed the Crypto Climate Accord, which is supported by organizations comprising climate, finance, NGO, and energy sectors. The goal of the accord is to decarbonize the industry in record time and achieve net zero emissions in the global crypto industry by 2030. We can say that with all the news about cryptocurrencies and the energy they consume, we still have to work towards shifting the cryptocurrency ecosystem towards a cleaner and greener future. The currency and the technology being used to power it is here to stay. So rather than causing harm to the planet, we have to work towards making cryptocurrency and blockchain a force for environmental good. That's all for today. Thanks for watching.
Coming up next is a panel talk on blockchain and cryptocurrency.
Good evening, viewers. In the last 1 year, what we've seen is the blockchain and especially the cryptocurrency environment in India has got a big boost. According to statistics, there has been a growth of over 1400% in investment that were attracted to startups which were into cryptocurrency. This evening, my panel is Prag Jain, founder and CEO of ThinkBlynk. The other guest on panel is Devi Prasad, who runs Karma.net, company that is going to be managing online reputation through tokenization. And I have Manish Verma, who manages family office from Bangalore. Welcome, gentlemen. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sunil. Good to be here.
Let's start, Manish, with you. Somebody who who's a blockchain enthusiast who also regularly writes on blockchain and cryptocurrency. How do you see, knowing the fact that in the last 1 year, startups which have Indian startups which are involved in cryptocurrency have received huge amount of investment over a past year as compared to last 2020. How do you see, as an outsider, how do you see the environment in blockchain and particularly cryptocurrency shaping up in India?
So I think it's very promising. What we see here today, and my interest started more as an investor, looking at it as an asset rather than looking at the tech to begin with. But I think it's very promising area for not just startup, but for corporation in general, because what we are seeing is adaptation. And while the currency in focus or the crypto in focus really has been Bitcoin, but we look at the blockchain technology and we realize the kind of usage or the use cases that are available and that are going to grow over time is tremendous. So I'm looking at today, when I look at blockchain, I look at the potential of the tech rather than just the price of the tokens, which has been in the focus really over the last 1 year or so since the time the currency has grown.
Prag, you are somebody who's building the technology, who works in the blockchain technology. How's been your experience when it comes to blockchain as a technology adoption in India?
So there are two or three things, right? There is blockchain as a technology that companies like ours are using purely to create trust, interparty trust in data interchange. To that extent, adoption globally has really picked up. Adoption in India is starting to pick up. So those sectors which were early adopters, let's say education sector, enterprise, across the globe, we are now seeing, I would say, robust interest, if you like, early stage interest within India. And I still think it's a little early. I think really the breaking point will sometime come in 2022. I think it's been slow because of the pandemic, but there is when we look at our pipeline of potential deals, there is robust interest now starting to emerge from Indian enterprise.
Devi, coming to you, you left your well-paying job and you started, you wanted to you got into Karma.network, and which is tokenizing online reputation. Firstly, we would like to understand what is that all about, and I also want to understand what is the confidence, that particularly Indian environment would be ready to take on something like this.
Sure. First of all, it's been last 5 years have been in blockchain and crypto ecosystem, and I've been looking into various projects and understanding the the use case, what is the need, and all. As Manish was saying, there is a price chase has been the biggest trigger. But in fact, what I see personally is there is a lot of value has been yet to unlock. Now, how is that? It's basically what happens is, if you see from any business network standpoint, you have actors, actions, and incentives. But in our traditional business ecosystem, these are all in value or money. It really gives that impetus, to all of us to take it forward and bring that, value transfer or incentivize those actions of those actors, efficiently, and create a better value proposition for any person organization, place, utility for that matter. Okay. In that context, Network is something what we are trying to build is anything on this world or in this planet you see, there is a review. I know, Major Sunil, I have some rating in my mind. I don't keep 5-star or 2-star or 1-star. You have conducted somehow or some way before me. So I have some rating for you, right? Similarly, a product has behaved certain way. The services has, given satisfaction to me certain way. And all these values are silos and not being talking to each other. Network is bringing a network which will enable all these synchronized and aggregated score, immutable and on blockchain, which will enable value creation for the users as well as for the enterprises.
Prag, when you hear all these startups coming out with technology or disrupting some of the ways the business are done, especially let's talk about the reputation management or online reputation management. Uh, from as a company that is into blockchain, and how do you see things like emerging, and what kind of changes your company will have to do to adjust or adapt to these new products that are coming up?
Look, firstly, these are fantastic ideas, right? Who knows what will come out of them, right? But if you look at it, this is the kind of thinking, disruptive thinking that's driving adoption, right? Be it, I mean, I love just the idea of tokenizing reputation, right? I mean, here is now a great way to do attribution. People just give all kinds of random reviews. Now, I'm meeting you, Devi, for the first time, but I'm thinking that you want to bring a lot more organization to how that reputation management happens. There has to be provenance, there has to be verifiability and stuff like that. That's no different at core to what we do as a data interchange, right? The value being exchanged is information which is attributable to the source and is consumable by permission of the data owners at the other end of the transaction, which is essentially the endpoint of that transaction of value exchange. At core, if you look at the technology, and that's the fun part, right? The core technology is really blockchain and tokens. This technology is really very horizontal at its core, but there are these very intelligent, smart, nifty adoption ideas which are really driving its acceptance, if you like, cross industry, cross cases, and cross exchange of value. And by that exchange of value, I just don't mean monetary value, right? Reputation is value, information is value, asset, title is value, and so on and so forth.
So Manish, you come from a traditional investment kind of environment. Uh, is there a demand for the crypto likes of cryptocurrency and any other product that is built on blockchain from your investors or people where you interact with?
So the demand is obviously there, right? And the demand is being driven partly by the fact that the price has gone up the way it has gone up. And now people think that I should not miss out. The FOMO is driving the demand. My advice to the customers that I talk to always is that please have a basic understanding of what you're getting into. Don't get driven by the price. Look at the value, right? And the value. And so that is what I try to attempt in my conversation with the clients. So, when they look at the price and that price drives the investment, there is always a chance of negative surprises. But if you look at what Parag is talking about, and the whole adaptation, the whole ecosystem that is being built around the technology, then you will realize that you're getting into something meaningful, and that meaningful can then drive your horizon for holding that asset. So that is how I have been discussing with the client that I advise.
Devi, you've been meeting, likes of angel investors in the startup ecosystem itself in Bangalore. Do you see there is an appetite for investors for something that you're building based on blockchain? And is there an even understanding for it?
Appetite is there. Understanding is lacking. There is definitely a challenge there because, it's not condemning that they are not aware of it or they don't want to know about it. It's that the paradigm shift has happened so quickly, and with the price chase again, now people are realizing that the FOMO is in place. So the curiosity is there that what's the new is coming up, what huge significant wealth creation could happen, and what are those ideas. Now in this context, what happens is the interest comes with with this ideology of what's unique value proposition you're getting, because every sort of idea is being now, if you see in last 5 years, there are 10,000 plus tokens are there. Okay. And all of them may not be 10,000 ideas, but if you literally go and see from an idea perspective, broadly, it will be 5 or 6 segment of, where the ideas are creeping in and getting executed. And that's where we saw that in traditional markets, see now that it is high time that the traditional market or business should start synergize with this technology, what crypto ecosystem has been doing. I personally feel that it's high time crypto ecosystem should not do any more for crypto people. It should start think and do for other side of the people. And that's where the synergy will happen.
Manish, how do you see, as somebody who's from the financial world, also an observer of this emerging technology, do you think cryptocurrencies would do a Paytm or phone pay?
The whole idea of blockchain or crypto, the way it started was, liberalization. And so what we are seeing is the governments which are more liberal have adopted more faster, right? So the Eurozone, most of the countries in Eurozone or UK, have gone ahead to regulate it, while there are countries which are more conservative in their approach and they have tried to even ban. Now, what you do when you ban cryptocurrency is that you are actually going against the usage of even the technology. So we are hoping that India now seems to have changed track from banning to regulating, seems like the thought process. And I think that will actually create the next level of usage. Global usage has already started. There are Indian companies who are already using Ethereum to do smart contracts with their importers overseas. However, within the country, it can become bigger than a Paytm or a whatever names you take, provided the government goes in the right direction of regulations.
We come to the end, gentlemen. That's all we have for today. And I thank my panel, Prag, Devi, and Manish for being here. And we look forward to having you on some of our shows to dig deeper into blockchain and cryptocurrency. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Pleasure for having me.
Pleasure connecting with you all. Thank you.
Now, on our Tech Next show, we have a feature on myths and facts on cryptocurrency and blockchain.
Myths and facts on cryptocurrency and blockchain. Welcome viewers to My Startup TV. I'm your host Antira. I am here with another episode of What's the Trend. All the stock market, traders and investors will be well aware of cryptocurrency. Every time Bitcoin experiences a rise or fall in its value, we experience a lot of commotion on all media, either proclaiming the death of cryptocurrency or a new future with finance. We can say that such dramatic proclamations are the reason behind a wide range of myths about cryptocurrency. Let us go on and look into some myths and see if they are true or false. Cryptocurrency is used for illegal activities. Cryptocurrency has gained a reputation for being used for illegal activities. This is due to the anonymity associated with the cryptocurrency platforms. Research from Chain Analysis estimates that 0.34% of cryptocurrency activity in 2020 was used for illicit activities. A similar analysis from CipherTrace determined that criminal activity accounted for less than 0.5% of cryptocurrency activities. In reality, criminal activity represents a tiny fraction of transactions that are performed using cryptocurrency. one needs to be a techie to use or invest in cryptocurrency. Several potential cryptocurrency investors are scared off by its technological nature. Since cryptocurrency generally operate outside traditional stock exchanges, consumers can be led to believe that they need to understand programming or coding to make any kind of transaction. The reality is that anyone can invest in cryptocurrency. They simply need time to understand the potential risks and benefits so they can make an informed decision regarding which digital tokens they want to invest in. Blockchain and cryptocurrency are the same. Cryptocurrency and blockchain are closely intertwined, but this doesn't mean that they are the same thing. Blockchain is the technology that cryptocurrency is based upon and is also being used for many other applications such as sharing medical data, tracking music royalties, and monitoring logistics. Cryptocurrency uses blockchain's encryption techniques to verify when funds are transferred. Blockchain helps power cryptocurrency. Without it, cryptocurrency wouldn't exist as we know it. Despite its ups and downs, one thing has become clear over the last several years. More people and businesses are embracing cryptocurrencies than ever before. Inspired by cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, countries including China and the Bahamas are introducing their digital currencies, which are designed to operate similarly to cryptocurrency but with greater institutional control. That's all for today. Thanks for watching.
We have over 400 startups and MSME shows on our TV channel. Do check out. My Startup TV is now available on Google Play Store, so you can get all the latest news on startups and MSMEs on the move. You can also support us by subscribing to our TV channel and do not forget to press the bell icon. You can follow us on Koo, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, or visit our website www.mystartuptv.in. Thanks for watching.